Yo, chat! It is your friendly neighborhood Bowser supporter. And guess what? I'm all by myself. So that means it is going to be Chaos Unlimited. So we are running a little bit late. I'm going to make this really a quick intro. We have my arch nemesis, the one and only Nightshifter, going against your worst nightmare, Glutamic acid. And we are in the O2 Swiss brackets. Swiss round. What am I talking about brackets? I'm just talking real fast to try to get this out and done. So let me tell you about what is in this flag set, folks. Forts are shuffled, but stages are going to remain native to their world. All non-fort stages are going to be question marks. There is no in-card game, so no extra items for you today. Hammers may or may not break locks. Chat, I'm going to need you to pay attention to see if that happens, because that will impact what I will need to roll for them in the second game. Toad houses are going to be eternal. They are going to start with the usual suspects in the power-ups. The leaf, the fire flower, and the trash room. The sun is going to be activating sooner. That world 1 rock is going to be breakable. And you know that certain rocks in worlds 2, 3, and 4 are gone. We have variable boom boom. And the Bowser and Koopaling hit boxes are adjusted. So with that being said, I am going to release our runners. And here we go, folks. In a couple of seconds, I am sorry if I am talking really fast. The other race kind of lasted a little bit longer than we normally have, and I just want you guys to get as much action as possible. Let's talk about what you think our first world is going to be. And anybody who says world 5, you just want to bring pain and anguish on your poor commentator, because 5 is pain and agony for me. So let's see if we have any RWO and 6 gang folks here. Danny P. Speed wants to see me having pain and anguish so early. Okay. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. And we are starting off in the land of La Princesa, aka World 3. And we have some pipe action going on. Alright, so we're going to be Dora the Exploring with both Nightshifter and Glutamic acid. Trying to figure out, we're going to draw some first blood. This is a terrible position to be in. And the water tile set with 2 sumo bros, but Glutamic acid finding a star but not being able to use it. And Nightshifter decides that I'm going to take that hammer with my head, and Glutamic acid getting another star for using a star. So very good. And Nightshifter just takes it the old-fashioned way. And on Glutamic acid's side, we have no boss bash chasing him. That is very, very disappointing, guys. We just have a friendly cheat that's just trying to say hello. You know, I don't know what to say about this except for let's just move along, you know. And we have Nightshifter, who is in a very small position, who decided to pet the Cheep, and that is okay with us, because we are always friendly to animals. And we do have a lock blocking the castle of La Princesa. So, Glutamic acid taking care of that sumo bro, getting rewarded with a peeling. Now we have to ask ourselves, oh, well, looky here, folks. We are in one of our favorite worlds. Now, we have to look. What is Knight doing? Oh, Knight was, I guess, gonna take the boat to try to explore to see if there was a lock guarding Wendy's castle, whereas Glutamic is immediately rushing that fort, which he knows is blocking Wendy's castle, but gets gobbled up by Boss Bass. So, everybody get your noms out there. No, chat. This will not be long at all. This will not be long. This is a very friendly World 3, and in 3-7, on glutamic acid side, let's see what the 3-7 prize is going to be. Let's hazard a guess. Chat, what do you think the 3-7 prize is going to be? If you said Tanuki suit, you'd be absolutely right. And we're moving on to the fort, which is going to be the escalator fort, which Glutamic is taking that additional power up. He is going to use what's called power boost strats. Meanwhile, we have Nightshifter, who is in a precarious situation, trying to duck and dodge the nanny blooper. And glutamic acid does finish out the escalator fort and is going to dodge back to that pipe to go do battle with our La Princesa. Chat, do you believe that Wendy is going to be a heavy hitter, or is she going to be weak sauce? Also, she decided to jack her brother Limmy's airship. I don't know how to feel about this. World 6 airship for La Princesa. Which means we do have the easier terrain for Wendy. We're gonna see the fire kill by glutamic acid. You know, when it comes to Wendy fights, those who are very experienced know that flat terrain a little bit easier to deal with Wendy, as opposed to the more hilly terrain. You don't really want to fight her in those terrains. And we have the excuse me, we have Nightshifter, who's going through, about to do battle with poor innocent Boom Boom. And that's a very interesting message, getting rewarded with a music box. And we have a fort that's going to be building a crossover. And we have the world famous Strachibu fort for glutamic acid. And we are on Nightshifter's side, about to do battle with La Princesa. Will he go for the first class clip? Gets denied. No disobedient hot feet for glutamic acid, who is going to fire kill poor Boom Boom. I am feeling sad today. I know, to burn the princesa, how could you? Alright, and on glutamic acid side, we are traversing and burning up enemies left and right. We do have us a wonderful Lakitu. Everybody is just moving so fast. Wow. Glutamic is on a mission. Or I may have just rolled the easy seat. That could be it too. You know, I am known as the Bluebird of Happiness. So, we have another Hammer Bro fight. We have Glutamic giving fire to the Fire Bros. Gets rewarded with a hammer. Wondering if Glutamic is going to immediately test if hammers break locks. We're about to find out. And they do, chat. And with that knowledge, we know what we're gonna roll next. Hammers will not break locks. So they will not get a break in the next seed, guys. This will be great. And we are now in Spike Fort, the World 2 fort. On glutamic acid side, wow. We have Nightshifter breathing a breath of fresh air that there are no disobedient hot feet going on. And we have glutamic acid playing it on the air of caution, but taking a spike to the head. About to put some stomp action on Boom Boom. And Boom Boom is gone. Okay, folks, we are moving along. Now, let's hope we can find maybe 5-9 or something. This is my worst nightmare, the Parabeetle stage of doom. This is usually a stage that warrants a P-Wing for most people, except for the pro runners that are in this tournament that usually will use their P-speed strats. And glutamic acid just goes right through that stage like it's a piece of cake. Meanwhile, we have Nightshifter doing some battles with some donuts. And we have the fidget spinners of doom for glutamic acid. And for those who are in the chat, there is a command that's there that's telling you a little bit about this tournament. Right now we are in the Swiss stage, and this is the Swiss 02 group between Nightshifter and glutamic acid, and we have Nightshifter who is playing through all the stages that glutamic acid was able to skip. So these, glutamic acid was able to, save a lot of time. And it looks like Roy might actually be our semi-boy. He usually disappoints, but we'll give him a break this time, chat. So as glutamic acid leaves the worst of the stages, which is World 5, we're moving on out, and let's see where we end up next, chat. World 1, and this does have that breakable rock, but it's mostly free. We are in 1-5 right now. So this will be easy peasy lemon squeezy with a fairly friendly enemy set. Nothing too harmful. Got a couple of Karibo shoes, and we are out. Like, most of this is fairly tame, which leads you to see that I roll Bluebird of Happiness seeds. Now let's see if this is going to be the fort. No, this is not the fort that's going to break the lock. This is the World 1 fort, which I lovingly call the bootleg fort because it's absolutely worthless. But you can get an item, which I believe glutamic acid was going to try for, but that booed Dikembe Mutombo'd his dreams and rejected him harder than if you were trying to get a 3-pointer from the outside line. So let's see about just ending our pain and misery with this fort while we have Nightshifter going through his spike fort. And we are out. So we have to traverse back up top. I don't believe this is a bold strategy. Cotton glutamic acid going against the Sumo Bros with a hope and a dream that this is going to yield out a hammer to break that lock, unless... And we have a special guest in our chat. an absolute special guest, a reigning Z3 champion of multiple disciplines, and my actual mentor, the one and the only Gamachu, Paimechu himself. And as glutamic acid is going through, that fire chomp just yeeted himself out of existence, and we have now entering Cloud World. Night is now entering into the stage, kind of small. Mario now gets a little bit bigger with that trash room. And now get your salutes out, chat, for the hardest working Air Force. I mean, you gotta love Bowser's military. They work hard. They don't get paid jack a lot of nothing, but they go out there every day working hard for the Mushroom Kingdom, doing more than Peach's little toads could ever do. Give it up for Bowser's military. And we had a very rough game over, in which this is some sad Pandaville, and we have Nightshifter entering in the Para Beetle stage of doom, while glutamic acid goes on to, oh dear, this is absolutely disappointing, Roy our boy's airship. So Larry jacked Roy's airship. Let's see if Larry jacked Roy's tenacity. We got the heavy part of Roy. We got the 2-hit. We got the 3-hit. So a very vanilla Larry with Roy's earthquakiness and his ship. You know, I swear this is kind of disappointing on Larry, but we'll let him go with it. We have Knight, who is suffering in the Parabeetle stage, just like we all do, because that stage absolutely is a nightmare. And we have another fire chomp that yeeted himself out of existence. That's exactly what most teams do in the playoffs, especially the Toronto Maple Leafs, as glutamic acid does get himself into Pipeland. No, they're not. And chat, do you see what I see on glutamic acid's side? It is the greatest fort ever created. It is the fort of love, happiness, and relaxation. 7F2. It is absolutely a fort of nothing but affectionate, you know, just so much love to spare from our wonderful flora of the Mushroom Kingdom. When are we gonna see me entering the competition? When they have the Game Genie League where you can have infinite lives. There you go. I am not as good as the pro runners there. But I'll gladly challenge that world champion Zelda runner in Randomizer, boss shuffle, and random damage. So there you go. As we have glutamic acid entering my other nightmare fort, which is Fort Knox, where you have to go get yourself a tanuki suit, and you have to go, you know, get your cuddle bear, and you have to go waste a whole lot of time doing it, or you just kind of get in the ragu and get yourself one of your Leafs in stock or P-Wing, which these runners have not got jack a lot of nothing. This seed has been item poor. And here we go, Knight getting through that nightmare of a level, entering World 3 for himself, which he's going to find is World 1. And wait till he thinks that fort, which we know, actually he used the hammer to find out that fort is useless. Oh man. Imagine being so happy only to get disappointed in the end. Of course! Of course. These are pro runners, man. These are pro Mario Brothers 3 experienced, excellence of execution. These are the Bret Harts and Steve Austins of the Mario Brothers community. Yes. I need to grow up and be like them when I grow, get big and strong. And we're gonna see. I'm really surprised Glutamic Acid did this. But like I said, they're really poor, so Glutamic Acid opting to play the Piranha stage to get rewarded with a music box. Oh man, this seed is absolute. In Spanish we say basura. It's garbage. But we have the World 7 airship. So you gotta hand it to Ludwig. Ludwig kept his airship. He's like, you ain't stealing my property. No. So Ludwig on his home field advantage for Ludwig. Let's see if he is worthy of being the concerto master. We got 3 hits right there. We got 4. You know what? He went the distance. Let's give it up for the concerto master Glutamic with the swag. Off camera grab. Let's go. And we have Knight getting himself a star, getting ready to do battle with Larry. No, you don't want your SMB, you want your SMB3. Alright, and for official World 5 is 6 gang. Glutamic Acid opting to go for the Fire Bros. Try to get whatever item we can get. This has been an item poor seed. Getting a star. Gonna have to play the fort that's blocking. And we are in the Teex's world famous Door 3 fort, aka Door 6 fort, folks. So we're gonna do a quickie. I'm going through Door 6 and I'm going to end this quickly. In which Glutamic Acid is gonna pick on poor innocent, Boom Boom, who is just laying down napping after watching some TV. Probably argued about a few, sports events. Sad day. And we have Nightshifter, who's probably wondering, what did he ever do to me? As he enters 7F2, aka the Fort of Love and Happiness. And we have Glutamic Acid, who's gonna go platform hopping, fidget spinning, dodging, Koopa well, no, that Koopa wasn't doing nothing, so he's out of my lexicon altogether. Getting 1 up as a reward. Alright, we're moving on. We're gonna take on a Hammer Bro. Let's see what we get for this one. And as the leaf falls, we get a trash room, folks. Just watching the Golden Girls. You know what? That will put you to sleep, so let's go. Hey. We are in one of our favorite levels. So, as we move along through, Sniper Cheap. Oh, here we go, folks. So, we have Knight, who has entered into 7F1, aka Fort Knox. And we have Glutamic Acid, who has dodged out. 6-7. So, we are now moving on up. As if we were George and Wheezy. But we are not encountering any of the blessed levels, chat. Where is 5-9? Where is 7-5? Where is 6-6? We have not seen anything good. So, we have to ask ourselves, chat, have I failed you guys? Because I know you guys are bloodthirsty animals when it comes to rolling seeds. You like the more pain, the better. And so far, this hasn't really been too painful for glutamic acid. But there's always hope. There's always hope. We must keep hope alive. And we are in 610. Let's see, we got a Patui that's just sitting there doing nothing. And we haven't eaten input on the Nightshifter side. We went too fast. No! One hit KO is not enabled. Even though I wish it was. I wish it was. But there is a division called the Kingslayer Division, in which that is a hardcore mode that I don't roll for. I roll for the Tanuki League, which is fun. And we have a death on glutamic acid side, who opts not to take that, but takes the top route, which is a lot easier, except for that mid-air boss bass that's looking for a meal. So using the P-Wing to stay above his line of sight is actually pretty good. And we have Nightshifter playing through that Piranha stage and getting the disappointment of an item. Meanwhile, we're about to do battle with Lemmy Koopa and the World 4 airship, aka Iggy's airship. So he probably just stuffed Iggy back into, you know, a locker somewhere. This can be a tricky terrain if Lemmy wasn't so weak. So let's do our Uncle Roger so weak. Well, I'm a Rays fan, Anthony, so I'm Floridian. Alright, so as the king says, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Let's go. We're entering into Giant World. Will this be a long Giant World? Let's see. I have no idea. But it looks like it probably will be. So let's see. We have glutamic acid hoping to get an item, gets a hammer. Now, will that be useful? Probably not. But we know that hammers do break locks. So, we shall see. Because there are still locks. And the biggest power play that Lakitu said, yeah, you want your leave? Not today, homie. So, you gotta love the fact that these enemies are just the type of people that go, and on Nightshifter's side, he did some swag for us. Let's just hope that he lives long enough for that swag to last with that door 3 skip. You know, when I was born in the Bronx, and once upon a time, yeah, I probably would have been unhappy about the Yankees, you know, losing and getting swept by Toronto. But then I remember, you guys have the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that makes everything all right in the end, because you'll never win a hockey game. But anyway, back to glutamic acid, who just went through the level, and went so fast. We are in one of Sinister Summon's favorite levels, which is the Troll Fort, and paid a troll tax he did. Two of his power-ups disappeared faster than most people's money when they pay their income taxes. So, we have Nightshifter getting his trash room, feeling disappointment. And we have Glutamic Acid, who has built the bridge. He's about to go stuff Iggy in a locker by using his leaf. Going on to the World 1 airship, which is Larry Koopa's airship. About to say, that's why his airship got jacked before. See, this proves our point, chat. Iggy got stuffed in the locker with that one hit. Oh my goodness. It's because he had no MSG in his egg fried rice. We know this is why. This is exactly why. It's terrible. See, next time we put MSG in his egg fried rice. Okay, so we are most likely going to be in a 3-fort World 2. And the first fort is the Forgotten Fort, where Disco is dead. And will one of Glutamic's Acid's power-ups be dead just like Disco? Stay tuned, folks. It didn't happen this time. But will Boom Boom impress us and take a power-up? Of course not. Oh, man. So, now, we have to get our salutes out because we are in the Navy. Where cannons like to fly in the Navy. Where Bowser goes and cries in the Navy. So, this is where Boom Boom, we have Admiral Boom Boom versus the plumber boy, and boy does he flush him down the toilet harder than Plucky Duck flushes the toilet paper. Boom Boom goes down the hole. Oh man, and we are into let's go. So we're gonna see some great strats. Will we see the rare? I'm gonna turn everything to coin strats, or are we gonna see the boring old I am going to do just some plain old Koopa. Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm dreaming of the Koopa. This is what happens when you have no sleep, folks. You start dreaming of other stages. So we have that hammer, we're breaking locks. So World 2 was absolutely free. Which hurts. And folks, on Nightshifter's side, we have one of our blessed levels, which is 6/6. So we know that Knight is going to avoid that. Just like people avoid, a Floridian riding on our normal mode of transportation, which is an alligator. Yeah, it's sad, but you see us riding down the highway on our gators, and you tend to walk away from us, as Nightshifter was unable to do from that boss bass. So, Nightshifter has the choice of getting eaten by boss bass or playing 6/6. That's a great decision. Now, how many bridges in World 8, folks? Are you gonna reside with me and go with -1 and eternal sadness? Or are you going to deviate and say something that's a little bit more reasonable? Q, let's go! Q, that's the greatest answer. Then you can say that Q equals the actual number of bridges and use algebra. I'm okay with that. Alright, so glutamic acid is in our first fort of World 8, which is the potable fort, aka sauna, aka the canonical true answer, which is the lava fart. And no swag entrance, we're just going through the pipe. So we may see -1 dream is real. Because 4 and 3 are dead and gone, folks. You never know. We're holding out. Alright, so we're going through a whole bunch of pipes here on glutamic acid side. Meanwhile, it built the bridge, and we are in Gatekeep Fort. The World 8 Fort. Yeah, this was pretty jetty for the most part, even though Nightshifter would probably beg to differ with me. But, you know, you never know. Okay. So, for those who answered 1, congratulations for winning the biggest can of! Get your bongos out! You've won a can of spin! Be proud. Be proud. And as glutamic acid enters into Bowser's crib with a fire flower, cause you know, you lucky just to have that. This seed actually had nothing. Alright, so we've got a fire flower and glutamic acid side, dodging some discs, going for the everyman clip right now, going over some donuts here. Alright, now, ooh. We're gonna do a repeat. Alright. We're on the top, going for the first mac and cheese clip. Gets denied. Gets denied a little bit early, going through the door. Alright, let's see if we get a friendly fire pattern. No! No friendly fire pattern. So, no scam laser either. So, we're going to see a steady old kill here. Remember that the Bowser hitbox was fixed, so there are no cuddle strats. Which means in vanilla, technically you could hide at his feet. And you could get away with it because the only hitbox really was his upper body, and that pretty much was it. So you could cuddle his feet and his butt and you'd be a-okay. But in this tournament, not happening. But get your GGs out for glutamic acid, who takes game 1 with an official time of 35 minutes and 53 seconds. Yeehaw! Meanwhile, we have Nightshifter, who is in the disco port right now. And forgive me, I am trying to do some things here for you. Forgive me, guys, if you do hear a little bit of quiet. I'm trying to set up for game number 2. Forgive me, chat. I am just doing some stuff behind the scenes. And then I will be right with you. Okay, chat. I just had to make the race room for the next race. So that way things get done expeditiously. I'm trying to be lots of bed for you guys. And I'm working solo. Everything solo. So I apologize about the dead air. So, chat. We have Nightshifter, who is traversing through and is going through right now. World 8. Yeah, Night had a really bad experience. And what happened was, that caused a little bit of a fall behind. That's the best way to put it. So now, going through a fort with a frog suit. Oh, baby. But unfortunately does opt to give up the sacred frog suit because we are not in frog mode, which means that, this, the gatekeep fort will not be frog friendly. So unfortunately, as much as we love our frog master human mustard, no can do on the froggy mode. And this is unfortunate, having to go downstairs to reactivate the P-switch. Probably will see what the power up is. It is a fire flower. Will do everything in his power to keep said power up because Knight is living on Skid Row right now when it comes to power up. So we're gonna be entering up. Yo! We got some Z1 people, just Sandy! What's up? Knight needs to keep this fire flower. Let's put it that way. He needs to keep it. Yeah. So this was a bit challenging for Knight. And as I said, he needs to keep it. The disc was like, you know what, Chris? Yeah, he ain't keeping nothing. So we're exchanging the fire flower for a leaf. At this point, I think Knight just wants to end it. So we're going to go for the traditional Bowser kill on Nightshifter's side as well. No scam lasers. We know this fire set is not the friendliest, but Knight is going to get through it with no scam laser. So get ready for another traditional Bowser kill on Nightshifter's side. It's all good. It's all good. And Knight opting to get rid of the tail. I guess, he hates tail clips, so I guess he hates tail Bowser too. Way to take it out on the raccoon population. But everybody in chat, please get those GGs out for someone who has went through a long and arduous task on on one of my easy seeds, because we know this was an easy seed. The one and the only Nightshifter. Get those GGs out. I am going to prepare up the second race room as we speak. Okay. So, let me do some other things here. Mark him as done tool. Just to show the official here. Don't worry, chat. I've got the controls here. In the meantime, I have the second race room up. And I'm rolling the seed as we speak, chat. Just give me 1 second. I just rolled the seed. And I'm just waiting for them to get ready. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for them to get ready, chat, what would you like to have them start on? And no, we do not want to have Bowser spayed, neutered, or thrown into a bottomless pit. I am an ardent Bowser supporter. So we love Bowser, chat. No, we're not trying to control the Bowser population. No, we're trying to save the Bowsers. Just like we saved the Yoshis. That's wrong. That's wrong for World 5. That's asking for pain and anguish. So, for game number 2, because the hammers did break locks, hammers will not break locks this time. But everything that will be the same, except hammers will not be breaking lock. So that will be the difference. So for those of you who just came in, let's go through those flags again. It's going to be forts are shuffled, stages are going to remain native. Non-fort stages are going to be question marks. No in-card game, of course. Hammers will not be breaking locks. The Eternal Toad houses, we're going to have that breakable, rock. We're going to have variable boom boom, adjusted, Bowser and Koopaling hit boxes. So let me check in the race room. If these guys are ready, they are linking up here. It looks like everything is matching up. So once they mark themselves as ready, I'm going to send them off. So I'm just waiting on that. But are you guys streaming for an RWO? And beta stages are going to be in. And stages are not native. Sorry, I meant to say aren't native. But so we're going to have Atlantis as in there. We have the beta 1.5, which is better than the real 1.5, to be honest. Beta 5.3. So there are lots of beta stages, and the worst of the beta levels, which is the one that makes me Billy Martin every time, which is Niagara Falls. All right. So I'm going to wish them the best of luck. They are ready and chomping at the biddies. All right. So with that being said, they are ready to go. And you guys are ready to go. And we love every single minute of it. And let's see what we have. Okay. May need to have a refresh. Oh, we're starting off wonderfully. Let me ask for a refresh. I will be right back. All right, there we go. We are starting off in World 3. And this is a fairly tame enemy set. So hopefully, I rolled a better seed for our runners than the last one because they were saying that this was a long seed. We didn't get the small H jump from neither runners, and that's because they were hoping against hope for any type of, power up. But we do have the star, which will allow them to get through that spiny cheap with Nightshifter taking the early lead from glutamic acid. So, Night is hoping to split this with glutamic, and we're going to do some pipe exploring from both of our runners to see what. And we have La Princesa being blocked again. This time we know for sure that hammers do not break a lock. And something just fell off my desk. I don't know what. So sorry about that clunk you just heard. And the first item that they get is a trash room. Yay! What a way to start off. Alright, let's see what the fort has to offer. And we are in Alaska, everybody, with no flight privileges. So we know we are flying on Frontier, Spirit, Southwest, and a Legionnaire. So feel good about having tickets that get you nowhere except for your particular airport. And you will be staying there for eternity with, that 24 to 48 hour layover. And glutamic acid does hit poor Boom Boom, who is very weak with a 1 hit. TWA! Woo! That's going way back. I remember TWA back in the day. And that did open the gateway to La Princesa, who jacked. Oh no! How could she? She stole Lemmy's airship. And no first class clip for glutamic acid, so we are in the baggage area. We're not even in economy class. We're in the baggage. So he's freezing right there in the baggage area with the puppies and the kittens that had to travel in the kennel. And Wendy's very weak this time. How disappointing. La Princesa, how could you? We have Nightshifter who's joining him in the kennels in the baggage area. For shame, with probably going for the fire kill on Wendy if he doesn't lose his power up. What a day to be around. And if you ordered your pizza 3 hours ago, you probably ordered from DoorDash and he made off with your food. So, we have glutamic acid doing battle with the Sumo Bro, getting a star for his service. while Nightshifter finds out that he is a DoorDash driver. And everybody, you can feel free to shame me because I am totally as invalid as the seed I roll. Let's go, folks. And as we go through 3F2 on glutamic acid side, we have Nightshifter, who does have a hammer that will be used probably in World 6 to break a rock, or World 1 maybe. And glutamic acid taking out poor Boom Boom, who I feel bad for every time. We have Nightshifter on the move, killing poor Sumo Bros, getting lots of hammers, things he wishes he had when they were actually relevant. And we are now with glutamic acid, who just took a cannonball to the face. That's the best way to take him, you know? On La Princesa ship with Iggy. A little bit stronger than he was in the last seed. Very vanilla. And Nightshifter fire killing everything, not taking any chances. He's like, you're not touching me. I ain't game over in nothing, man. I had enough of that the last game. You ain't touching me. I'm NC Hammer. You can't touch me. Nah. And glutamic acid finding out that this king has always depended on the kindness of strangers, and that is exactly why you got turned by one of the Koopa kids. Never depend on kindness, friend. And glutamic acid going through the stretchy boo fort, catching a boo to the face, trying to run as fast as he can to try to see if he can get a bra. And that is not gonna happen. Alright, we are in the room. We got us an obedient Hotfoot. Holy moly, folks. It is snowing in the Mushroom Kingdom. Alrighty. As glutamic acid has defeated the stretchy boos and taken out, we are balancing on donuts, hopping on Koopa heads. As Nightshifter is going through his stretchy boo fort, and I like that move. The Fire Chomp decided to say, you know what? The Fire Snake decided to say, I am not long for this world and I'm gonna take your power up with me, and did exactly that. Go ahead with your bad self, Fire Snake. And you know what? In addition to the seed being invalid, it is just a hot mess because we have the Gatekeep Fort, the World 8 Fort in this level 2. I am just a whole hot mess of confusion and despair. And you know what? I'll accept that. This seed is trasharoo. Go ahead, put it in the dumpster. Okay, so glutamic acid is ducking, getting ready to do battle with, you know what? That Boom Boom sums up exactly what I feel about this seed right now. Okay. So, Knight uses his hammer to break the rock and is the first one to enter the airship. Let's go! So we have Larry. That's a 2-hit. That's a 3-hit. That's a 4-hit. 5-hit Larry. You go with your bad self, Larry. So with that rock break, Knight has taken the lead. We have an excellent use of strategy, folks. Look at that, look at that. And he's got the command going. So get your commands in chat for that Tanuki kill. Oh man. And Larry bit the dust. So now we are in the Navy. So get your salutes out in chat, for we are in the Navy right now. And with quite possibly half a level behind is glutamic acid. So we're still having a race, folks. This is a race. And eliminating Admiral Boom Boom first is Knight, and that breaks the lower lock. So, to lose that Tanuki suit, this may be a bad idea on Nightshifter's side. And that's just a case of just bad all around. The lead has shifted back to glutamic acid temporarily. Turned to be a very free World 6. So on the World 1 airship, we have Glutamic getting the Fire Flower. So we're going to see a fire kill, obviously. On the Clown Prince of Koopas, Lemmy Koopa. With Knight hot on his trails. That unfortunate death shifting the power balance just a little bit, but not too much. I want to say, let me count here. Roughly maybe about 3 to 4 second difference. So there's still room to work with. As we are in Pipeline, aka Vanilla World 7. And we have Glutamic Acid, who is Dora the Exploring. And we have a lot of pipes to explore. And now we find out we need to fight the fort. And the fort is the World 2 Fort Spike Fort, in which that disobedient Hotfoot went ahead and took away Glutamic Acid's Fire Flower. And let's see what we have here. Knight was able to keep the Fire Flower, so that is going to be the quicker Boom Boom kill. Unless Boom Boom is a one-hitter, because we do have variable Boom Boom in effect. So we will find out. Now, the fairly weak Boom Boom, so we're not going to see too much of a time grab. Yes, this is an invalid and unacceptable seed. So we have Glutamic Acid, who right now is in 1-5. Same thing with Nightshifter, who is also in 1-5. With Glutamic Acid quickly exiting out, we do have Nightshifter, who is hot on his tail though. But the Koopa does have a little bit to say about that. And we have a Boss Bass. We are also in World 7. Let's see if we can get this jump. No. No, unfortunately. So we have glutamic acid having to go down and pray that Boss Best doesn't chomp at his biddies. Will we get the extended jump by Night? Just a swing and a miss. But that Koopa Shell did save him, but will he be saved from the Koopa Shell? And glutamic acid was able to escape the clutches of Boss Bass. Meanwhile, we do have Nightshifter, who is going through his 7 madness here. And as Small Mario, this does get a little dangerous. Okay, so glutamic acid is in the World 7 airship. Again. While we have Nightshifter, who is in the Piranha stage, netting a star, and glutamic acid defeating our Concerto Master, Ludwig von Koopa. And we have Nightshifter, who is entering into the World 7 airship himself. So this is a quickie. You know, they're going at a pretty good pace, so I think this one might be a little bit easier than the last seed. Unless we see some of the blessed stages start coming in. You know, our runners might get through this easy peasy lemon squeezy. Also, let's see what we have here. So we have glutamic acid, who is taking the pipe, realizes that there's a fort to be played. So opting to go up top. We're in Piranha Alley right now. No, we're not. We are actually in... Wait a second. This is a beta! So, I smell a beta, folks, and it's a doozy of a beta. It's got a friendly enemy set, though. Got a Mama Bass with her cute little baby. And we're going to see if the up top fort is the fort that's necessary to break the lock. So, this is a trolley one, so let's hope. On glutamic acid side, that is. And uh-oh, that hot foot is making things rough for him. So we're going upstairs, opting to break the rock and play. So we got a little divergence, is what I wanted to say, until Night took a dip in the ragu. Now, Night is running really low on items, so both of our runners now in the escalator fort, with Glutamic being the one. No! Oh no, Glutamic shortened his jump a little bit. So, opting to take the full ride. Glutamic is going through. Night has already gotten through the escalator fort. Is tackling Boom Boom. Does have a P-Wing. Whereas Glutamic is going in there as Large Mario. Got the Mushroom power-up. Alright. So, instead of playing 2 forts like Glutamic did, Night actually was... Excuse me one moment. Sorry about that. Had to give a little coffee cough. And we have Glutamic doing battle against a very salty Morton. And we have Knight actually finishing out his battle with Morton. So, we are out. We're entering into World 7. This might be a jetty for your Betty. We might be getting out of this. And now we're going into Cloud World as our last world. So, we're looking, chat, with a pretty substantive lead for Knight. 19 seconds is no joke. So, let's look at, so we have, I'm trying to think of, maybe this might be a level, a full level ahead for Knight. Which is something good. Now we have to go through the spiral tower. And the disc taking one of his power-ups. On Glutamic Acid side, Glutamic is getting out of there. Now, this is the last one before 8. And we know 8 to be the great equalizer. So this, with this level difference, like we just are literally one level ahead, which is nothing when it comes to World 8. You guys know this. So I have my serious voice on. Because we have a race, folks. We have a race. And this is a jetty. This is truly a jetty. Oh no! Wait a second. I didn't get a good look because I was too busy coughing for my life. The blue fort is what's gonna need to break the lock. Okay. Remember that one level lead? I think Knight may have just sacrificed it. Okay, so Knight just beat the bro. Alright, there we go. So both runners. Whew. So get your Dunkin' Donuts, get your Duck Donuts, get your Krispy Kremes from 2012 out. Because we are in the Donut Fort and Glutamic Acid right now does have the lead. Because he's going to get the fire kill, so it's going to be the quicker kill unless this is a weak boom boom, which it is. So we are kind of sort of in sync. So this is going to come down, folks, to execution. That's what it's going to come down to. Right now, the advantage power-up wise goes to Glutamic Acid because of Fire Flower. And as I say that, the Fire Flower go down the hole. So right now, we're even Steven. Maybe 2 to 3 second difference. And we are entering into 5-3. And as we go into 5-3, that's a nasty Power Goomba. Let's see. From a P-Speed strat, Knight has to take it very easy right now, being small Mario, so from a can take damage perspective, it's gonna be Glutamic Acid. Because Knight's got to stop and take the power up. And then... oh boy. Alright, Knight maxed it out of 5-3. So glutamic acid is 1/4 of a level ahead of Nightshifter. And right now we are in Morton Cooper Airship. To face Roy. And we will get the quick fire kill. So we will not know if he was our boy, but I'd like to think my headcanon is that he's a vat of disappointment. So we're going to stick with that. That's my story, and we're sticking to it. That Roy is a vat of disappointment. Listen, Flyer. You should know by now that I am the Budsy of commentating. I curse everything, okay? I am Budsy. Alright, folks. Are you gonna stick with me and be in a land of disappointment? And say -1? Are you hoping for... you know it can't be 4 bridges because I see a big old fat lock. So... what are we thinking, folks? Q! We're using algebra again. Lovely. Alright. So, glutamic acid is seeing a fort and playing a fort. Good strategy. So, we're in the door 3 swaggy, aka I'm really gonna play door 6. Meanwhile, Nightshifter is thoroughly exploring these pipes, finds out it's actually one bridge. So, we have Nightshifter with pipe knowledge. That didn't break anything. And we have glutamic acid just playing anything he sees. Disco Man. We have Nightshifter who is getting them salutes out right now, which is what you should be doing for the hardest working military, which is Bowser's military, out there getting paid, protecting the Mushroom Kingdom, which is something the Loop Toadies can't do with their little soapbox race cars racing on the Mario circuit, while the real heroes are out there driving super tanks and air forcing it in the Navy. So let's give it up for Bowser's army. Alrighty. And since we saw Super Tank, because you know regular tanks don't do jack a lot of nothing, but Super Tanks might. And we have Nightshifter going through the swagalicious door 3-4, and that it did. Glutamic acid is on his way after we play. Oh my. Oh my. We have us a very friendly Lakitu. Hey Lakitu, how you doing, buddy? Alright, so and we have Nightshifter who's just playing anything and everything at this point. Seeing that he built the bridge and is about to go and find his oh my moment. Because that's a beta. And finding that that is the friendliest Lakitu you will ever see in your life. Getting through it, that was just a piece of cake. And glutamic acid taking a fireball to the face, the only best way to do it. Finding out that the anchors are absolutely useless. So, we didn't get to see any good kills today. I'm so sorry, chat. getting the Everyman clip on Nightshifter's side. If he could have gotten that first clip, we may have stood a chance. May have. Because Glutamic is having Bowser fly all over the place. But you know what? As I said, we may have stood a chance. Knight got sniped by 2 fireballs to the face. We're going to see an extra cautious battle between 2 small Marios and a very big Bowser. You know, it's good to see this. But I would say the advantage is definitely on glutamic acid's side right now. And this, you know what? As I said, the advantage is on glutamic acid's side. I think it may curse them. Get your GGs out for Nightshifter. I'm going to literally just cry hard and wonder. I need to watch this on a delay. I will Super Bowl Janet Jackson myself. This is one heck of a finish. And it looks like somebody pressed the done for me. I don't know who did it, but thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know who that could have been. Whoever did that, it's spooky. It's spooky. My control panel is haunted. So get your GGs out in chat for glutamic acid. So let me give you some official times. With coming in first place is Nightshifter with a time of 30 minutes and 13 seconds. And coming in second place is glutamic acid with 31 minutes and 32 seconds. I will be inviting them to late chat. So give me just one moment while I make this happen. Alrighty. Okay, I have sent both of our runners. Alrighty, I'm going with GG's Night. I know you want to get angry at seed number 1.
I'll just say seed number 1. That would have been a lot closer if I had not had that awful sky. For some reason, I could not just get my own hands out my own way to do the correct inputs.
Yeah, seed number 1 wasn't any fun at all. I'm waiting to see.
But
I think Glutamic is giving a negative Ghost Rider on interviewing. So it's just me and you. Just like when we do normal, commentary together, Night.
But
what happened, brah?
C2. That was a PB for me by 4 minutes.
Look, it's so funny.
That is the closest I have come to going sub 30.
Yo, I am giving you an air pound, man. Chat,
I'm still shaking. My hands are still shaking.
you saw it here, chat. Nightshifter just PB'd live on SpeedGaming.
And
Yo!
and I know what the difference in that seed was for me in winning it. In Giant Land, the Hammer Brothers went my way. I got extra hammer out of there, which allowed me to break the rock in desert, to go straight to the correct fort and get out of desert extra quick. And that is what bought me the extra time to get the win.
That is amazing. I am so happy for you, my friend. So you split this.
Yep.
You split this. You know, you had sent a message. You said you were feeling pumped about this. You were feeling pumped. And
Yeah.
I believe it, because you hacking PB'd on SpeedGaming, man.
And just in PB like a little bit. That was, like I said, that was a 4-minute difference. My best time before then had been a 34:13. That was a 30:13.
Imagine when you start getting sub 30.
Oh, so close this time. I really thought I was with as fast as we were going. Maybe if I hadn't had a couple of my deaths, I would have.
I think if you had the fire kill on Bowser, it would have been.
Yeah. It just didn't work out.
But there's always next time, man. There's always next time. There's always next time. Anything you want to say?
Because just GG's to Glutamic. Like I said, first race, 10 minutes, second world. I'm not going to beat anyone with that. So he earned that one hard, fair and square. And he is a good racer. And the fact that he was only a minute behind me, even with me PBing in the second race, hats off to him. He is a really good runner. It took everything. It took me pulling out all the stops to beat him in that second race.
Awesome. So, since you demolished anything, you got anything to say to the next two people who's going to be racing in just 18 minutes?
Well, who are the next two people that are going to be racing?
Pleco versus Jay Coper.
I just want to say to Pleco, good luck. I'm cheering you on. Go get him.
Awesome sauce. So let me close this up because we started really late because so we're gonna set it up so they can get ready for the next one. Okay. So you got any last words, Knight?
Just glad to finally get on the board with a win, and I will be talking to y'all later at 8 p.m. for the last match of the night.
Okay, see you when you come, Knight. Because you are the greatest calm ever.
Thank you, Krista.
All right, so let me get this close on. Thank you so much to both of our runners. You guys are absolutely amazing. Truly, the excellence of execution couldn't be here without the both of you. Thank you guys for being as awesome as you are. If you are in chat, please someone post the exclamation point R for our runners so that people know who to follow, because they are just amazing, and give them a follow because they entertain like nobody else can. You know, they are that darn good. Also, please follow the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer community, because that is where it's at, man. We've got some of the best people in the business here, and they're willing to show you how to play this game. And then you can be the next one to join us. So that way I can roll you a Jetty for your Betty and do your commentary too. So join our Discord. We're always looking for new people for fun, friends, and great competition. And most importantly, thank you to the wonderful SpeedGaming group who hosted us today. You guys are always amazing. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Chat, you always know you're amazing. And for those who are going to be watching us on the video on demand, stay the greatest people you are. Without the love and compassion you guys have for us, we'd be lost. I am Krista Joy, your favorite neighborhood Bowser supporter, who's going to be signing off so that way our 7 o'clock turning people can get ready to party. So, have a good night and have a great fight. Take care, everybody. Bye.